What is the return on investment for PSAT NMSQT recognition? That is the topic of today's video. My name is Craig Meister. I'm a college admissions coach. You can learn more about me and how you can work with me one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process on my website, which is collegemeister.com. And if you're interested in learning about whether or not you are or your student is on track for selective college admission in the United States of America, visit areyouontracktogetin.com. Again, that's areyouontracktogetin.com, at which you will complete a free 3-minute assessment. Your results will be emailed to you right away, and they will help you clarify whether or not you are or your student is on track for selective college admission in the United States of America. I got this question again just a couple days ago, and it's one of the most popular questions for people to ask me, which is, Craig, what value is there in one way, shape, or form for being recognized for your PSAT NMSQT score? And basically what this means is when you take the PSAT, it's also the National Merit Scholarship qualifying test. And, once you get a high enough score, you are often put into one of these different buckets of being either a commended student or a semifinalist or a finalist with the sort of National Merit Scholarship test, qualifying, National Merit Scholarship qualifying test, this National Merit Scholarship Corporation, which is hooked up with, of course, the SAT, PSAT. So parents get very into this. Students get very into this. Everyone seems to be obsessed with this if your student is scoring high enough. And here's the problem. It comes a dime a dozen, relatively. I make the same argument with, class presidents or high school yearbook editors-in-chief. There are many of these out there. It's lovely if you are like to edit a yearbook. It's lovely if you want to be class president. And it's lovely if you are an NMSQT qualifier in one way, shape, or form. If you're commended, if you're a semifinalist, if you're a finalist with the National Merit Scholarship Corporation, more power to you. Congratulations. And I would, of course, share it somewhere on your application if you reach any of those levels of achievement. Good for you. But what is the real ROI on that? It's extremely low. It's extremely low. Let me give you multiple examples. So, I won't name them, but basically every year I work with many students. In no case have I had a student get into an Ivy League school because of his or her being a commended student, a semifinalist, or a finalist based off of his NMSQT. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. The reason kids are getting to Dartmouth or Stanford or Yale or Harvard or Princeton or Penn is because of the full picture of what that student has accomplished. And if you want to look at sort of an actual picture of a model that you're attracted to, probably the last thing you're looking at is the feather in his or her cap. And that, of course, is what a PSAT score at the very top or the pinnacle would be in a picture of a very attractive model. You're looking at the model overall. You're not looking at the accoutrement on the top of the model's head. If they had a little feather in the top of his or her cap, it's a nice touch, I guess. Of course it's a nice touch. Maybe it's the cherry on top even, but it's not the really main course. The main course is how attractive is that model in the picture, right? So that's basically how you have to think of the value added or the ROI on getting to be recognized by the PSAT NMSQT achievement that you have been bestowed based off of the state you're in the course and your score and this and how many did this and that and what was the qualifying selection index for that year. Give me a break. The colleges like Yale and Princeton and Harvard and Brown are much more interested in the day in, day out accomplishments and passions that you have from the summer before 9th grade all the way through the moment you hit submit on your applications to these institutions. How you did one day in 11th grade on the NMSQT, the PSAT NMSQT in 11th grade is beside the point. Frankly. And I'm not saying don't try to achieve it, or, you can obviously get some financial benefits from achieving finalist status, of course. and recognition in that manner. But overall, this is a non-issue. This is a complete non-issue. They're much more interested in whether you started a club, whether you take care of your 6 younger siblings, what you say about yourself in your essay, what the teachers say about you in their letters of recommendation, your counselor letter of recommendation. Obviously, your transcript and your overall SAT and or ACT scores matter of a heck of a lot, much more than if you are even reporting whether or not you were a qualifier. So the best example is there are a lot of kids I work with who get into Ivy League schools every year, or Ivy League level schools, who did not qualify for any sort of recognition on their PSAT, NMSQT. They didn't even get commended. They were below the bar. And these kids every year are getting into amazing colleges and universities. So that's the proof. That's the proof you need. This is completely beside the point. Like I said, think of it like the most attractive model you've ever seen. Again, whether it's a girl or a guy, you're looking at that picture. You're not looking at the feather in his or her cap. You're looking at everything else. That feather in the cap is the NMSQT recognition that you have received. Congratulations. It's lovely. It is a feather in your cap. Report it. Move on. That is the moral of the story. If you want to get into a highly selective college or university, or even if you don't, report it. Again, lovely, but let's be real. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process, or just for part of it, you can go to my website, which is collegemeister.com. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and most importantly, stay stress-free throughout the entire college admissions process.